There are tons and tons and tons of kettlebells on the market, but Iron Bull is really starting to catch my eye with their line of kettlebells. These are super affordable, but how does the quality stack up compared to the rest of the competition? Stick around and we're gonna find out. What's up everybody, it's Jake back in the BarBend garage gym, and for today's video, I'm gonna take some time talking about the Iron Bull kettlebells. If you're new to this whole process, in this video today, I'm gonna tell you everything there is to know about these kettlebells, from the price, some pros and cons, and then of course, who should or maybe should not add these to their home gym. But before I do all that, just wanna make sure y'all know that we have in fact reviewed a lot of other kettlebells on barbend.com, and we do in fact have a best list of all of our top choices. So if you want to check that out, all you gotta do is search BarBend best kettlebells. It's gonna pull right up for you. You can find out for yourself where this one lands on that list. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about how beautiful of a kettlebell this is. It just looks great. It's pretty much, aside from some dings that happen during transit, this is a beautiful kettlebell. It looks almost perfect. I really like the shine of this powder coat finish. That doesn't always happen with some other companies. It's more of a matte finish and it's kind of dull. I really like how this is just kind of bright and shiny, especially with the actual color coding right here. All companies have, with their cast iron kettlebells, a color coded handle. I really like how bright this purple is right here. Something about it, it's just aesthetically pleasing, right? Now, also I really like how the Iron Bull logo in the front, it sticks out a little bit, but not as bad as some other companies. And that's definitely something that you want. You don't want to have an uncomfortable, experience with your kettlebell as it's in the racked position on your arm. It's just not fun. And that's definitely something I don't think you have to worry about right here. This is a gravity cast kettlebell, meaning they pour the cast iron into a mold. Gravity takes over from there, and that's what is leading to an evenly balanced weight with the kettlebell. It's definitely something that you want. You don't want it to be uneven or anything like that. But that also means this is one single piece of cast iron. There's no welding right here. A lot of times on some lesser quality kettlebells, you can put your hands on the handle and where that bell meets, and you can feel like a seam, and that's where they've welded the two together. If you're somebody who only does kettlebell workouts and you're constantly doing kettlebell swings and things of that nature, that is something to worry about because that could come loose over time. Now, it's probably going to be years down the road, maybe, I can't tell you exactly, but it's something you don't have to worry about here. It's definitely a good thing. These are also extremely affordable, extremely affordable. I'm going to dig into it in a minute, but these are some of the most affordable. I don't want to say cheapest because it's not that, it's kind of a negative connotation with that. These are not cheap by any means, but it's as far as affordability goes, this is one of the best options that's on the market. Now, only one thing here, in my opinion, that might make you not want to go and purchase these, and that's just the weight range. These are 9 to 70 pounds. Some people want heavier than that. Like I said, especially if you're somebody who only does kettlebell workouts and you start to get really strong and you want to push yourself. You're not going to be able to go past 70 pounds with these right here. All right, let's dig into some money now. And first and foremost, I gotta mention, prices are always subject to change. I mean, the amount of times where I tell y'all something is X amount of dollars, the next thing I know it's cheaper or more expensive, is ridiculous. So definitely keep that in mind. Price is always subject to change. But as of right now, these are probably the most affordable, high quality kettlebells that you can find on the market. All right, so this 44-pound bell right here, it costs you about 80 bucks. Shipping's only about $10 or so. So you're basically spending 90, maybe closer to 100 bucks just on this kettlebell. That's a steal, all right? So with Kettlebell Kings, their 44-pound bell right now is about 150. D-Moose, it's about like 170. And with Rogue, we always gotta talk about Rogue. Rogues are gonna be about 110 or so after shipping. So this is, like I said, one of the most affordable options available. These range from 9 to 70 pounds, so you're looking at anywhere from 30 bucks to 125 bucks. Whatever end of the spectrum that is, these are some of the most affordable options available. So if you're balling on a budget, maybe you're wanting to make the most out of your purchase and find, the most high quality and affordable kettlebells available, Iron Bull's probably got you covered. All right, so once again, this is a 44-pound kettlebell, but as I like to do, We're gonna weigh it really quick and just see the accuracy. Almost 46 pounds right there, 45.7. That's totally fine, totally acceptable. If it was, 47 pounds, if it was, 41 pounds, that's where you kind of run into some trouble. Nothing wrong with this at all. Nothing negative to say about it. Now, let's talk about this front logo right here. It's still recessed, but there's also some stuff that sticks out. It's totally fine. When you get the kettlebell in that racked position, you can't really tell. Sometimes with other companies where that really sticks out, like one comes to mind is Nike. Nike's came out with some new strength gear. Their logo, it sticks out so far that it really digs into my skin, and that just is something that I'm not crazy about. Something you don't have to worry about right here. On the back, you've got your kilograms and pounds. This is all recessed, nice and flat right here. This is going to be a nice, comfortable spot for you to rest that up against your arm. As I mentioned earlier, this is a beautiful kettlebell. It's pretty much polished, free of imperfections. I do have, some dings in it right here, but that didn't happen, during the manufacturing process. That happened from A to B to get here to me. So nothing against Iron Bull on that. It's going to happen with kettlebells. Trust me, it's happened so many times. Now, the handle right here is 38 millimeters. It's not going to be the same for all of them, obviously. With cast iron kettlebells, they go up, depending on the weight. So if you're looking for uniformity within your kettlebells, I definitely suggest going after some competition ones because their dimensions and everything is all the same. This also stands right around 10 inches tall or so. So it's not the same height. I mean, dimensions across all powder coat kettlebells, different companies and everything, they're all different. They all make them different. Especially a lot of that has to do with the base right here. This is nice and flat. It's machine finished, I can just tell. And there's no imperfections or anything like that down here. So it's going to sit nice and flat, but there are some other companies that have a wider base in general. It takes up more surface area, so it's going to probably wobble less, but I have not had any issues with this whatsoever. Remember, this is gravity cast. There's no welding right here whatsoever. This is about as structurally sound as you could ask for it to be. Considering that low price tag, this is probably the best budget kettlebell purchase you can make. I think these are an awesome option for anybody who's balling on a budget, but also for anybody who wants to make the most of their purchase by going after an affordable product without sacrificing quality. These are really high qualities, that gravity cast. The powder coat feels really nice in my hands. These are going to last you a really long time. In my opinion, the only reason not to purchase one of these kettlebells is if you need more than 70 pounds of weight. Honestly, y'all, I have zero gripes against these. That's about it for me. All right, well, that's a wrap on today's review over the Iron Bull kettlebells. Because of the low price tag, my big question going into this video was regarding the quality and whether or not these actually stack up compared to the rest of the competition. After spending a lot of time with them, I definitely think that they do. That gravity cast process here is certainly felt. I really like the powder coat finish. I just know that some of y'all are gonna wish that they had more than 70 pounds of weight to offer. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope this video was really helpful and I was able to tell you everything there is to know about these kettlebells. As always, keep your eyes peeled for my next video, but for now, why don't you head over to BarBend.com because we have a full written article about these kettlebells I definitely think you should go and check out. All you gotta do is search BarBend Iron Bull Kettlebell Review. It's gonna pull right up for you and you can read over everything we discussed here today. Now, it's time for me to get a workout in. I'll catch y'all next time.